What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is the Prince YouTube PS Compulsion signing in here, aka Prince Anthony. And if you guys missed that last episode, you guys already know the drill. Go back and check it out. If you guys did miss it, you guys missed all the possible free agents that we could get. You guys missed the 5 players that we are definitely going after during free agency. And then on top of that, you guys missed an extremely lit game against Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks. We put our winning streak on the line. And long story short, we didn't get the W. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, our winning streak comes to an end finally. We were literally destroying the Milwaukee Bucks most of the game. We had the lead, but then in the fourth quarter, we could not stop Giannis. We couldn't stop Eric Bledsoe. They were locking us down. Man, y'all just go back and watch the episode. You guys just gotta go back, see for yourselves. That game was extremely lit. But after taking that L to the Milwaukee Bucks, we do find ourselves still on the outside of the playoffs looking in. We are 13-19 for the NBA season so far, and we are so close to getting into that 8th spot, bro. Like right now, the Celtics are 14-17. Same thing for the Washington Wizards. Wait, how are they even in the playoffs? Get out of here with that BS. Same thing for the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm really surprised that the Cavs are in the playoff running right now, and the Washington Wizards. That definitely have to change. We definitely have to, and we're going to secure that 8th seed. And looking at our schedule, that is definitely possible, bro. Like up next, well, today, we're supposed to be facing off against the Indiana Pacers. They're a playoff team. They're one of the better teams in the Eastern Conference, actually. And then the Washington Wizards, they're a playoff team. But then we have teams like the Chicago Bulls, Toronto Raptors, OKC, then the Pelicans. Those teams are not playoff teams right now. They are not in the playoff picture. So if we were to beat the Indiana Pacers, and then if we were to beat the Washington Wizards, we should definitely be able to go on a winning streak against those next 4 teams. But I need to make sure that this team is actually gonna win games when we simulate games on this series. Because if you guys have not been keeping up with this series, you guys would have saw that when this season first started, I simulated a lot of games, and guess what happened? We were catching L's left and right, bro. But since we have been winning a lot of games recently, I was like, you know what? I'ma simulate our next game against the Indiana Pacers. I did play against them before earlier in the season. That's why I don't want to play this game. And on top of that, I want to see if we actually simulate a game against a good team in the Eastern Conference, are we actually going to win? So since I am simulating that game against the Indiana Pacers, I decided I want to play that game against the Washington Wizards. Any chance for Bradley Beal to go up against his former team, I'm here for it, especially because I want to knock them out of playoff contention, bro. How you guys even in the playoff running? You guys should not be in the running at all. So I'm gonna be simulating that game against Indy, like I said. And since I'm gonna be simulating that game, and I do have an extra day before we face the Washington Wizards, I'm gonna use that time to interact with some of my players, preferably Bradley Beal or Steven Adams. So if you guys did miss the last episode, you guys gotta go back and check it out. Why are you even here if you missed the last episode? Stop this video right now, go back, check out that last episode. But if you guys did miss it, you guys wouldn't know that Bradley Beal have decided to test free agency, and all I've been doing is chit-chatting with him and trying to get his morale and trust up. And looking at his overall status right now, his mood is at 100 and his trust is above a 75, which is good for Bradley Beal. So hopefully that could convince him during free agency to possibly re-sign with our squad. I don't know yet. But then when it comes to Steven Adams, his mood and trust are both below 75, and that's because if you guys don't remember, like a few episodes ago, I did trade for him. So his literally mood and trust are gonna be like neutral. Well, I did expect it to be neutral, but it's actually good, which is pretty good. So before our game against the Indiana Pacers, I decided to drive Steven Adams to the game myself. I wanted that opportunity to chit chat with him, see where his head is at, just relax and just talk to the guy, you know, try to get his trust and morale up. So then at the end of that day, simulating past our game against the Indiana Pacers, we actually won the game. Bro, you have no idea how shocking it is that I simulated a game on this series and we actually won the game. Like, we actually won a game via simulation. But anyways, looking at the game that we had against the Indiana Pacers, Victor Oladipo went off, he did his thing. But then looking at the box score for our squad, D'Lo had a double-double, 12 assists, 12 points. Bradley Beal had 25. Willie Hernangomez off the bench. I told you guys, Willie Hernangomez have been beasting off the bench as of late. I don't know what got into him. Maybe he wants to be a starter that badly that he's been balling out, but the dude has just been going nuts. And the rest of the team did good as well. Miles Bridges, 22 points. Steven Adams, 14 points. 11 rebounds after our chit chat. Things are looking good for this squad. So now, ladies and gentlemen, it is game day. We are getting ready to face off against the Washington Wizards. Bradley Beal facing off against his former team yet again. But check this out. The Washington Wizards are no longer in the playoff picture, which means they probably lost their last game, which is great, but the Orlando Magic creeped into that 8th spot. That is not what I want to see. That 8th spot should belong to us. But maybe after this game against the Washington Wizards, if we are to get the W, maybe, just maybe, we will be able to get into that 8th spot. But in my opinion, I don't think we'll make it to the 8th spot unless the Magic lose their next game, because even if we're to be 15 and 19, I don't think that's going to be a higher winning percentage than the Magic, which is 14 and 17. But anyways, before we get to the game, we got ourselves a trade offer from the Minnesota Timberwolves, so let's see what they got to offer. And I got my man Nathan in my office to present me with the trade, and they want Malik Monk and Jay Crowder for Shabazz Napier and Jake Lehman. Do I look like I want this trade? So of course I had to hit them with a counter offer. I'll give you Ish Smith and a future second rounder for Shabazz Napier. Accept this deal, please. And of course, they did not. They hit us with a counter offer, a counter offer, and they want Jay Crowder and Torrey Craig for John. Yo, they keep trying to give me Jake Lehman, bro. I don't want him on my squad. If they're trying to give you a player that badly, that means something is wrong with his health. And of course, when I go to check out his body health, he has Derrick Rose knees and Derrick Rose ankles. Bro, no, I'm not accepting this trade at all. I do not want him on my squad. So before we get to our game against the Washington Wizards, I managed to get Steven Adams trust up to a 74 and his morale up to a 76 before the end of this season. Matter of fact, before the All-Star break, I want to try and make sure that I get Steven Adams and Bradley Beal, both of their trust and morales up to at least 100, just so it could give us some leverage during free agency, just in case if they want to re-sign with our squad. The doors are open, bro. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it is game time. We are getting ready to face off against the Washington Wizards, and you see my son Bradley Beal coming off the team bus looking fresh AF. I'd be fresh AF if the feds watching. Oh my goodness. My players come off that bus dripping. You already know. But anyways, we're 14 and 19. The Washington Wizards are 14 and 18. So this is a huge game to see who's going to make it into the playoff picture, at least for right now. And even though it's right now, I still don't want the Washington Wizards in the playoff picture at all. In terms of our starting five, same starting five as always: D'Lo, Bradley Beal, Noah Vonleh, Steven Adams, and Miles Bridges. It's time to get this W. Let's go Hornets. To start this game, after the Wizards won the tip, we got the steal. Nice pass up ahead. Miles Bridges all the way to the basket, throwing out a beautiful jam. And then look at this. John Wall pulling up, could not get the shot to go. We always push that tempo. D'Lo all the way to the basket, laying it up. And then can I get the and one? I need to get more and ones on this series. I've been saying and one, but am I going to get the and one on this? Nope. I'm not even going to get the foul on this possession, but I got the offensive rebound, kicking it back out. D'Lo knocking down the three. We came out swinging. Like legit swinging at the Washington Wizards. Look at this, getting into the corner. Bradley Beal, that's a three. He gets that shot to go. We were just destroying the Hall of Fame CPU. We got the steal. D'Lo throwing up the alley-oop. Bridges, you should have threw that down, but hey, I'll take those 2 points. And then check this out. We ended the first quarter on the perfect note with some defense. Steven Adams saying, get that weak stuff out of here. Now here we are in the second quarter. I thought this second quarter was going to be easy, especially the way my second unit been playing. Willie Hernangomez getting the easy bucket to go. But then, all of a sudden, here comes the Washington Wizards and John Wall. Wall taking it all the way to the basket, getting the easy jam. And then look at this. Although we got the block, they got the offensive rebound and the putback. And then John Wall all the way to the basket and one. Counting threes. Oh my goodness, he got the 3-point play. And look at this, nice pass to Jay Crowder. We had an answer for the Washington Wizards, and then look at this. We had to push that lead back up because they were cutting into it. Nice pass, Malik Monk to the basket. We pushed the lead back up to 10, but then here comes the Washington Wizards. Pull-up jump shot by John Wall. He got that shot to go, and then look at this. Somehow, they got a wide open 3. I take the blame for that possession. And the Wizards legit ended the second quarter on a little bit of a run, and then to start the third quarter, to start the second half, this game just kept on going back and forth. When they scored, we scored. Look at this, wide open for Miles Bridges. He is not going to miss that. He's wide open, bro. And then look at this. Here comes Dwight Howard throwing down the beautiful G jam. Every time we scored, they score. Who is this wide open? Bradley Beal knocking down the perfect release 3, but the Wizards refuse to go away. Look at this. John Wall all the way to the basket, getting the and 1, and then they would get all of the momentum, bro. They get it inside, they lay it up, and then they end up coming back to take a 1-point lead. So to start the fourth quarter, they had a chance to push the lead up to 3. They could not get the shot to go. It's time for us to push that tempo. Malik Monk pulling up, knocking the shot down. We got a 1-point lead, but then look at this. Here comes the Wizards throwing up floaters. I am not trying to go back and forth with the Washington Wizards, bro. Like, we're really playing like an HC this game, but look at that. Nice pick and roll. Willie Hernangomez. Thank you. He knocks down a clutch 3-pointer in the fourth quarter. Then look at this. Who's this wide open? Malik Monk cannot get the shot to go, but Hernangomez right there with the rebound and the putback. But the Wizards, like I said, refused to go away. They kept on scoring. They were keeping the game close, but then check this out. Steven Adams, shot clock winding down. I gotta put it up. And Steven Adams delivers in the clutch. Down by 3 points. What are the Wizards gonna do? John Wall, bro. John Wall launches a fadeaway 3, could not get it to go, and I get a wide open Bradley Beal for 3 and could not get that shot to go. So the door is still open for the Washington Wizards. They drive to the basket. They could not get that shot to go. We have one more chance to put the nail in the coffin for the Washington Wizards. One more time for Bradley Beal. The second time is a charm, and Bradley Beal delivers with that clutch 2-pointer. And ladies and gentlemen, we will play the free throw game. We'll go back and forth, shooting free throws. Well, I would go to the free throw line like every possession. The Wizards would try to come back, but they could not do it. And we defeat the Wizards, winning back-to-back games. After a game like this, though, I have to give the Washington Wizards all the credit. They did make the game very competitive, especially in the fourth quarter. This game should not have came down to the wire. We should have easily blew out this Washington Wizards squad, especially looking at the roster that they have. They do have a few good pieces, but for the most part, this team is trash. But John Wall had 13 points, and my son Hachimura, he had 13 points as well. I think I said his name right, Hachimura. I normally say Hachimaru. That's what I used to call him all the time, like he's a Naruto character or something like that. But nonetheless, he had 13 points. He did his thing for the Washington Wizards. And then looking at the box score for our squad, I can't even lie. I was launching shots with Malik Monk. He was 2 of 13 from the field. Same thing for Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal was 3 of 13. I meant same thing for Bradley Beal in terms of me like launching shots. I was just launching a bunch of shots with Bradley Beal and Malik Monk. But they were some pretty good looks. A lot of the shots that I missed in this game, they were good looks, bro. Like, they were almost wide open. They were shots that Malik Monk and Bradley Beal hit all the time. D'Angelo Russell didn't have that good of a game either. And the rest of the team, they played okay. All in general, this game, we really just played okay. But nonetheless, it's a W. So after our W and after us winning back-to-back games, we are still not in the playoff picture. We're still not at that 8th seed because the Orlando Magic won another game. They're 15 and 17. We're 15 and 19. I gotta root for the Orlando Magic to lose a game so we can move in to that 8th spot. That's what I'm aiming for right now. And looking at the Orlando Magic real quick, they won 5 games in a row. No wonder they have that 8th seed right now. But I find it's funny that there's a few teams that's fighting for the 8th seed in the Eastern Conference, bro. Let that sink in. Like right now, for that 8th seed, we got the Orlando Magic, we got our squad, the Charlotte Hornets, the Washington Wizards potentially could have that 8th spot. I don't know about the Atlanta Hawks. I could pretty much rule them out, but our team, the Orlando Magic and the Washington Wizards, seem to be like really fighting for that 8th seed. And guess what? We're better than both of those teams, bro. So we are definitely going to secure that 8th seed by the next episode. And also in the next episode, we're going to be simulating quite a few games. So I really hope, I need you guys to pray for this team right now, because if somebody's to get injured during that simulation, I'm really going to cry. Real tears, bro. But nonetheless, we should be able to go on another extended winning streak. We won 2 games in a row. We won back-to-back games. And looking at our upcoming schedule, we're facing off against teams that's not even in the playoff picture. We have to win these next 4 games against OKC, the Bulls, Toronto, and the New Orleans Pelicans. So yeah, we have potential to win 6 games in a row. Please, Charlotte Hornets, let's make that happen during that simulation, while I try to get the trust and morale up for some of my staff members and my players as well, particularly Bradley Beal and Steven Adams. But yeah, leave your comments in the comment section below. In my last episode, I didn't get a lot of comments. You guys are really making me feel bad, making me feel like my content is trash. Leave that comment in the comment section below. I really love the comments. I really love interacting with you guys. Please leave that comment. Leave those comments, not that. Leave those comments in the comment section below. Leave a like and make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you tap the bell icon for notifications, because if you made it to the end of the episode and you could not do any of those things, that is some real shady business. But if you did make it to the end of this episode, you left a like, you left a comment, you're subscribed to the channel, you are the real MVP. You are loved and you are appreciated. But please, guys, make sure you're all caught up on this series. Click the playlist right there. It's waiting to be clicked. It's always waiting to be clicked. Make sure and click it. Make sure you're all caught up. And also check out my Las Vegas Royales My League series. That series is also lit, and that series is also right there waiting to be clicked. Click the playlist. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode. This is the Prince of YouTube signing out.